In this video, we'll try to make a Remesh node group. First of all, I will set up the environment, delete everything, add the monkey, duplicate it, and add the Remesh modifier to it. Then pin the modifier. Let's split the properties panel into two. We will view the geometry nodes modifier on one panel. Add the geometry nodes modifier and create a new geometry node group. Rename it to maybe GN Remesh. Now let's open up the geometry nodes editor. Add a mesh to volume node, connect it to a volume to mesh node, and then connect its geometry output to the group output. Change the resolution of the first node to size, as we want a voxel size input, and here we have it. Connect it to a group input. We also have the adaptivity input on the modifier and also on the other node. We can change these other inputs to get different geometry displayed, but I think with only these two nodes we have achieved voxel mode in Remesh. Now let's do the blocks. Add another mesh to volume node, then distribute points in that volume, not randomly but set it to grid. For this, we'll not copy all the options available on the built-in modifier. We will be changing the voxel size and the spacing. Put the nodes in a frame. We have the points filling the whole volume of the mesh. Let's delete those which are inside. So to do that, let's add a delete geometry node. Let's now sample the surface position nearest to the points and then calculate the distance from the point position to the nearest surface position. If we connect the result to a greater than node and connect the boolean output to the delete geometry node and specify the distance we are comparing with, we successfully delete the points inside. Let's now instance a cube on the points. We get some problems. We are deleting some important points, but we can fix that by changing a couple of values like the threshold and the voxel size. Another problem is that we have some faces inside the mesh, which is something the built-in modifier mesh don't have, but I think I will fix this in the later version of this node group. For now, let's just realize the mesh and merge the points. We are on the smooth and sharp mode. Again, add a mesh to volume node, then a volume to mesh node. Set it to amount. Connect the voxel amount from both nodes to the group input new socket. Connect the geometry to the group output. Now let's play around with these values and get a good mesh topology. Now add a set position node, sample the nearest surface position and connect it to the set position node, and we get something close to the sharp Remesh mode. Let's make it smooth using the blur attribute node and mix between the sharp and smooth Remesh. Now let's add a switch node to all the Remesh modes we have built. I will add another mode. I will call it a freestyle because I'll just connect all the available inputs to the group input. Now I'll just sort things out and make it possible to switch between all the mods we made. Blender 4.1 beta version is out, so I'll make the last video in this series in which I will be updating some of the previous nodes we built.